Welcome back to the Retro Musketeers. It is I, your handsome and humble host, the Kevlar Bears. And today we're doing something that's it's a little special, a little different, really. We're gonna try one of these, these little Q&A things. Guys all hang out, and it's just a chance for us to chit chat and kind of get to know each other. You know, I had my computer volume turned up. So I figured that one of the best ways to do this is over Firewatch, but that's only because it's like one of my top, I don't know, I'd say top 10 games. I was talking to Smash JT in the comment section of one of his videos, going over the whole PewDiePie thing, and yeah, Firewatch is definitely one of my top 10 video games of all time. And so I figured, we could do a little bit of free roam. We'll hop in, and let's just talk. Oh, let me quit back to the main menu. Yeah, I'm absolutely sure that I want to do that. So, yeah, that's that. If you guys got questions or things like that, you wanna just go ahead and throw them on out there. I would be happy to answer them. I would totally like to talk to you guys. Let's save over this. Oh, nope, I think we're jumping into the main game. I didn't want to do that. Not quite. The thing about the main game is that Kongar and I are also playing this. We haven't uploaded in a while. We're still working on that. But we are kind of recording. We don't, on the off chance that old Michael is watching currently, I don't want to play through the game and kind of ruin the things that he hasn't quite seen yet. Because that's the whole point for us playing, is that, I want special features. That's what I want. I want Michael to be able to experience this game completely fresh and just come into it not knowing anything. I think a lot of people should be able to do that. So here we are. We're bumping into free roam, and I love free roam just because it gives us an opportunity to kind of get out, and we see all of these, the game without having to worry about talking or anything like that. It's just nice, We'll wake up, step out of bed. We're awfully tired. You look out these windows, and you go, wow, it's beautiful. I love that. It's such a simple art style that that Campo Santo went with, but it's super impactful, Oops, let me see what's going on here. My computer just threw up a notification. Okay. So we're going to come over to our desk, and we're just going to get a bunch of, our pythons, our ropes, axes, flashlights, all this stuff, so we can just kind of explore this map and go out and see what it has to offer. I'm only going to be going through the places that we have been through in our playthrough of the game so far, between Mike and I. We don't want to, we're not ready to spoil it just yet. I have some notifications. What do I got? Smash JT. Smash JT. We were chit-chatting. We're gonna go ahead and put on our wedding ring and step out the door. He did this fantastic video. I recommend that you go check it out. Probably should have thrown his information there at the Q&A bit. In the description. And I clicked the wrong button. So, if anybody's there and you got any questions, you just go ahead and drop those down into the comment section. And I hope that everybody can hear me okay. My computer was having a little bit of playback earlier because I forgot to silence it. I've been watching a lot of AGDQ, Awesome Games Done Quick, and Summer Games done quick. It's a really, really awesome. If you've never looked into speedrunning, go do that. Go check that out because it's awesome what some people will do with video games. This is probably my favorite thing to do right here, right? I'm going to pick up this old baseball. We're going to step forward and we're going to throw it in the outhouse toilet. And it'll just sit there and it'll roll around for pretty much all of eternity. So we're going to walk down this way. Just kind of go down the mountainous stream. Mountainous stream. What the hell am I talking about? I've played this game 100 times. I don't even remember what's this way. It leads down into the cave. So let's just take a walk. Look at that. It looks like the background was done using maybe cell shading, but I don't know the actual what it's called when you're back. It looks almost cartoonish, if that makes sense, and I think that will be a benefit to this game lasting a while. Here we go. We're just gonna drop on down. Boom. Let me turn out the lights. I'm in my office, which is actually just my bedroom, because we're a couple of professionals. And again, Medium's not here. He had to drive out, go give his mom a hand with. I don't actually know what he had to do. He had to go drop something off. So he's actually not here. We plan on recording tonight. It'll be a fun time. I'm actually getting over being sick. I was down from almost an entire week. I was pretty zonked out. It's the cold kind of going around. Let's drop down here. And then we can just stand over. We won't drop down just yet. Get off there. Just look at that. I absolutely love being out in the woods. It is, it's calming for me. Just to just go out and get lost. And I think that we've talked about this in some of the earlier Firewatch videos, parts 1 and 2 and 3. We mentioned Michael and I had done a lot of camping in our life. Just, we were in Boy Scouts together. Most of the Musketeers were, actually. Myself, Congar, Kyle, and he's moved away. We're still trying to all get together, though. It was his birthday recently, so we're still trying to plan to get together with all of us, and it'll be good to see him. We don't spend enough time together, and it's really unfortunate because once you step back and you really think about it, the Musketeers, we're not going to be around forever. We would love to be, but we're not going to be. So we have to stick together and entertain you guys while we can, and just have a blast with. My phone just went off. I'm actually talking to Kyle right now. We're on. So here's the cave, cave 452. We actually just discovered the key for this in our playthrough, so I will not go through there, in case Michael comes back and watches this. As you come out of the cave, there's a bit of frame rate droppage as it tries to load in the world because you've changed, from the cave out to here. And there really isn't that big of a problem as far as frame rate issues go. Everything stays pretty consistent all the way through the game. Let's go. Nope. There it is. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna copy this information while I do that. There we go. See if there's anything cool in here. We got a flashlight. Can we take that as well? Yeah, let's blind ourselves a second time. Boom. We got this horn. It's kind of weird that these rangers would save this. I'm sure that drop that. Throw that back in there for the... No. Throw it back in there for the next guy. There it is. I'm sure that there was a reason. Perhaps they had a pet deer that they all kind of took care of. There was a cassette tape that was on my desk when I first loaded into the game that would have allowed me to play the soundtrack of the game. But, you know, I got my headset on, and I just kind of like... I like the sounds of nature. Just being out here, no soundtrack playing. It's just nice and quiet. You just kind of step back and take in the beauty. And Kyle has responded to my message. Let's see what's going on with him, huh? And I'll look up so we're not just staring at the ground. We can actually tell you what. I'm gonna make it to the top of this hill. Let's just marvel at the beauty of this for just a second. He is unfortunately at work, so he's not able to talk for very long. And Mike and I will be recording. There it is. Later tonight, so just hit us up. There we go. Oh, no, I didn't even click the send button. You would swear that I've never worked a phone before. So while I'm here, I'm actually going to go ahead and show you the hidden, maybe not hidden, but the locations of two of the achievements that I missed the first time around, and it's actually super cool what they did with them. Oh, excuse me. We got the power lines from early on. If you remember, it was like what, day 3, I think, 2 or 3, where we found the power lines were cut. Ooh, did I pass it? I think I did. Go ahead, I'll run back. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. I was panicking a little bit. I wanted to make sure that that I hadn't missed anything, because I don't want to miss my turnoff. All right, so here it is. So as you're approaching this section right here, we have a 4-way that you come to. You can go back. Trying to load everything, so you can go back. That leads to the tower. To the left is an achievement, and to the right is an achievement, and then forward is to check out the downed power lines. So, all right, so that's just a heavy concrete block. So we're going to come over here first, just to kind of clear up this part of the achievement quest. Walk on over here, and it's behind this big rock. This one right on over here. There is an elk that we will find later on in the game. There was a screaming noise. I want to say, boy, part 11. I don't know. Anyway, and Michael actually correctly guessed that it was a dead elk. It was the craziest thing ever, and it was just from his trip to the. Hello, Mark Tunes. What is going on? It's good to see you. Welcome to the stream, and we're happy to have you. So right here, this cassette tape. So we'll pick up this note. We don't really need it. We'll drop it on over here. This is where Ron and Dave actually come out and they sit and they watch a sunset from down here. But this cassette tape right here, we'll pick it up and we'll go ahead and we'll keep it. I don't think that I mean, it doesn't actually play, but it's probably my favorite song from this entire soundtrack, Old Shoshone. And Chris Remo did a fantastic job to this song. And in fact, Michael and I would go hiking most weekends, and before we go hiking, as we get everything packed up. Well, thank you so much for subbing. We hope that you know you really enjoy the content that we put out. Can I just call you Mark? Hope that's all right, because I'm going to do that for the next 45 seconds until you catch up on the playback where I'm chit-chatting. But you know, we hope that you enjoy the retro, the mostly retro gameplay that we do. over here on the right-hand side of this this four-way here, we're gonna walk on over, and here is there's a broken down old outhouse, and this notepad here on the wall. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read this, and this is actually the lyrics to the song "Old Shoshone" that I was telling you guys about by Chris Remo, and it's haunting. You know, and it reminds me, you know, because I did a lot of camping when I was a kid. You know, Mike and I, as I mentioned before, we all went through Boy Scouts, so at least once a month we were out in the woods, we just having fun, and that's exactly what this song reminds me of. Is for most of my childhood, where, you know, we'd be out, you're sitting around a campfire, you're singing, you're cavorting, you're just. Are you playing this live? I'm not playing currently. What I'm doing, this is called a free roam, and it was one of the features that got added when they ported the game over to console. So all I'm doing is just kind of just walking through and exploring, showing you where a couple things are and telling a few stories along the way. But yeah, so Old Shoshone, as we pack up and we get ready for our hiking adventure, circle back to what I was talking about, we play the Firewatch soundtrack, and we listen to it start to end all the way through, and before we leave the house, we pick up the needle and we drop it on Old Shoshone, and we belt it out. You know, our neighbors are probably super pissed off at us most Sunday mornings whenever we go hiking, because that's all that they can hear is just Old Shoshone. So this is just another supply cache. I was thinking there was a map, but there is not one. There's this hat, a Korea veteran hat. I am not a veteran, so I do not wear you know, veteran clothings. I could wear the hat, but I won't. So up in here in the old cabin, this is where one of the secondary achievements are. This is crazy. You ready? Check this out. You got this cabin, and I would love to live in a, well, not a cabin like this one, but a cabin out on the mountains. It appears that there was a fire, and it burnt off the back of this cabin here. But you can just stand here, and you can look out over it, and you hear the wind blowing, and it's just you and nature. You know, the forest stretching on for endless of miles off to the mountainous peaks, and it makes me hate that I live in the city. But you come on down here, it gets much quieter. There's a little window here. I reckon the fire was from the stove and it just kind of burnt out, caught some things on fire. Oh, cigarette boxes. Actually, someone was probably smoking in bed. That's why you never smoke in bed. LOL. Hey, what's up, LOL? Good to see you. Not much is happening. I'm just doing the thoroughfare free roam of Firewatch and just kind of hanging out, telling stories, and talking to you guys. I really love live streaming because it gives me an opportunity to sit and talk in a way that the comment section just... It's not the same, you know what I mean, as being in a video, and I'm reading your comments, and we're just kind of talking back and forth. So it's good to see you. Welcome to the stream, and we hope that you're enjoying yourself today. How are you guys doing, LOL and Mark Tunes? Are you guys having a great day? So we open this. Boom! There's a little raccoon, and that unlocks the achievement Close Brush with Nature, and you can only do it from day like 72 onward. There's your tree poster. Good to see that hasn't changed. So that's kind of that. Just one of the coolest little cabins. Looks like this person had a bit of a smoking problem. A firefinder. It certainly found it. You know what I mean? That's probably one of my favorite little places to go to out here. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep on walking back to where we were going. We're just kind of headed out to the telephone wire area. Man, I'm glad that you're enjoying your day. I've actually been a little bit sick since Friday, so I'm finally on the uphill. So it sounds like you and me are enjoying our days together. I'm gonna just hop on over this log. Boop. And this is just another. Let's walk up here. We'll stand off on this side, and you just look. This game not only has an amazing story, an amazing soundtrack, but it also has killer graphics. Like, I would make a poster of this and hang this in my office. Just this picture right here. There's actually 1,000 different pictures that I would take of Firewatch, and I would make an entire room dedicated to the art thereof. But we're gonna go ahead. We'll just hike down the trail here. HJ, hey, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope that you're having yourself a great day. Step up here, see if there's anything cool. Nope, just brings you along. Oh, this little trail. I don't think I've hiked this little trail before. I wonder if this takes me somewhere, or if it's just another way to get around. Okay, no, it looks like it's just another way to get around. But that's what I love about, well, not what I love. One of the things that I love about this game is they built in all these little trails that lead everywhere. It's not like a we're gonna walk this way and see you gotta see just this. It's you can walk anywhere. You can do almost anything and just kind of exist in nature and have fun. We'll walk back there in a second. I want to go ahead and make sure that I get my map information so that no matter what, we can always see where we are. Boop boop. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Combination to most of these. Copy that information. I just gotta mess with my old computer here real quick. Okay, everything is looking good. So here's another note from Ron and Dave, and I'll tell you, writing notes, writing letters, postcards, things like that are some of the coolest ways that you can communicate with people. So this is yeah. So Ron is talking to Dave. I'll pick it up and we'll take a look at it. So Dave was need to talk to Ron about some stuff that is kind of going on between them, and I think that is actually when Ron sat and recorded old Shoshone over at that little alcove that we went and we saw a little bit earlier. Anything cool over here? Looks like a little burnt patch of grass. Alright, nothing up here. Have any of you guys played Firewatch before? Or are any of you veterans? Or is this kind of your first time hopping into the game and taking a look at it? Skidoo-doo. So I'm going down to Fort Shoshone. HJ, you do not like my channel? Hey, that's totally okay. We understand that what we do, it's not really for everybody. But we're here to just kind of do it and have a good time. Originally, we started YouTubing just because it allowed us to explain away why I was buying so many video games. And we decided, hey, let's go ahead and let's just try and entertain people. Let's try and make somebody else have a better day. Ah! You got me, man. Excuse that long tirade. There's like a 30-second delay between what you guys are seeing and what I'm saying and doing on over on this side. So your comments will type up about whether they show up as you're seeing them, or as you're typing them. But there's a bit of a delay, latency, I think is what they call it, between myself and all of you guys, so that I can close down the stream, I guess, in case something happens. I do not really know. Again, this is just another. Here's a great shot. I would. You know what? Actually, let me go ahead. I'm gonna hide my interface here to get rid of my little that circle bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and screenshot that, and then bring my interface back up, because you know, so there's my tower off in the distance. We hiked all the way from here to here. There's a little, you know, the little supply box there. Is there any other members on this channel? Yes, there are. There's actually quite a few of us. We started off originally. There was the two OGs, if you will, myself and my buddy Congar, also called Mike. That's his first name. I'm the Kevlar Bears. Most people just call me Cameron. But we had a third member who started recording with us. His name is Kyle, and he unfortunately moved away from our location about 2 months ago, so he doesn't get to come around and record as often. There is Kip Plays, who's kind of a unofficial member / official member. He's actually my little brother, and so he hops on. We do a couple recording things. He was a bit more prominent on my other channel, the Bears Den Gaming. But we're going to pull him over. We're going to close that down and officially move everything over to the Retro Musketeers, and we'll get him to be a part of it. And the same goes for Sir Babsalot, who is one of my best friends from you know, when I was growing up. We were kind of inseparable. So that's all of us. You know, there's 5 of us total, and it's just kind of a grab bag to see. Yeah, you know, I hesitate to use the phrase unofficial, because he really, Kip and Sir Babsalot, the gentleman adventurer, are both huge parts of my life, and they're not quite large parts of the channel, but we do want to bring them in, and we want to start making more videos with them. They're both more modern gamers, but we can, you know, eventually, at some point, way in the future, any game that we're playing now is going to be considered retro. You know, do I still use the other channel? No, I do not. I have, and that's kind of what sucks, is I got about 15 videos lined up that need to be published. They were Left 4 Dead videos. We've been playing, Sir Babsalot and I, playing and having a good time. And Kip Plays and I, we've been doing some Grand Theft Auto heists. Oh, excuse me. And, you know, trying to run 2 different channels as well as a full-time job, and we were looking at starting a podcast. It became almost too much. It was practically overwhelming. So I decided to close down Bears Den and just go completely over to the Retro Musketeers, make that the primary focus. And instead of trying to stretch myself thin over 2 separate videos, or not 2 separate videos, but 2 separate channels, let's focus everything we can on making the Retro Musketeers the best that we can do. You know, let's make the. Have you got any collabs? As far as big time people, no, not yet. You know, we would have. That's every guy's dream, right? Is to collab with another channel, but I haven't quite done it yet. We do have a small, kind of like a small YouTube family of people that you know, we talk to. One of the biggest influences on our channel is a fellow by the name of Smash JT. He has a really good channel. He started out, he was actually in video game, I think he was in coding, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, he worked for Sony, And one of the first games that he messed with was actually Smash TV, which is kind of where his name and his logo come from. And he has been a huge help with the Retro Musketeers and kind of getting things lifted up off the ground, kind of talking back and forth and giving us a few ideas. And one of the only things that we've done is we actually challenged Smash JT to a Contra challenge. You know, you take 3 lives, you co-op, and you see how far you can go. So that's about the only collab that we have. How often do we stream? We're actually streaming a whole lot more than we used to be. We actually never streamed in the past. What is... Oh, rope hook? Okay, that's a little early. But we never really streamed in the past, and this is something in the last 2-3 weeks that we started doing, because it offered us a chance to talk to people almost, not quite one-on-one, but much as you and I are doing. You know, the comment sections are nice on the videos. People drop in, they say things, but I think that this is a lot more personal, and it allows, you know, you and me to just talk and chit-chat and have a good time. And that's really what it's about for us. So we plan on streaming a lot more. I think we've streamed maybe 5 times in 3 weeks. And you know, the trouble with streaming is that it cuts into our regular production time. We have like one night a week where Michael and I don't work, and we can work together. You know, at the house and film videos and live stream. But live streaming takes up a lot of time. You know, we're already at the 30-minute mark for us, and that's 3 different videos that, you know, we could have filmed. We'll go ahead and close this. Are we streaming tomorrow? What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Sunday. Let me check my calendar. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. So tomorrow is the 17th. I don't have anything scheduled. So yeah, I would love to stream tomorrow. And I actually think that Michael is home, and we would be able to stream together. I love streaming with him. We did a Madden NFL 17 stream where we both just kind of picked teams and we threw the ball around. Because for me, video games are meant to be played together. You know, couple people sitting on the couch, you know, chips and sodas, and just having a good time. And that's really what it's all about. So I like streaming with him. Well, I just knocked my phone over and scared the bejesus out of myself. So I'm going to put it on the schedule, and I'll send him a text. I'll be like, hey, what do you think about streaming tomorrow? So that's the plan. Yeah, absolutely. So here's the fence that leads to Wapiti Meadow. I don't know if we're going to get around to... what is my time zone? My time zone? What am I, Central? Yes, I believe I'm Central. What time zone am I? Let me just... What time zone am... Whoops, can't spell. Am I? Let's just, let's see what Google has to say. Yeah. So, yes, I am in the Central time zone. How about you? What time zone are you in? Oh. Not, there it goes. Did I go the wrong way? Yeah, there's the fence. I gotta go back this way. Can I clear the brush? No, I cannot. Oh boy. Okay, I think I'm going the right way now. There's another frame rate stutter as it tries to load in the rest of the game. So I think the way that this works is that it is divided. Let me pull out the map. Let's see, where are we? Okay. Yeah, so we're approaching back to the canyon. It's dark now. It should lighten up here eventually. I kind of like how even while you're in exploration mode, it. Do you hope to make a career out of this? You know, that's kind of the question. Probably not out of YouTube. You know, all of our videos are unmonetized. We don't make. Gosh, it's beautiful. We don't make any money out of all of this. What I have planned for my company, here's kind of my four-step idea of things that I want to do, right? So step number one, we were looking at YouTube and a podcast just to kind of get our name out there, meet people and see how all of this goes. Step number two is I've always wanted to open up a retro store. You know, stores that they sell games and comics and cards. I used to be huge into Magic the Gathering. I loved playing that. You know, and so open that, have an arcade in the back, and that's what I want to do. And then step number 4 off of that is once we have a successful game store, is open up an Italian restaurant. I know, crazy, right? A French guy from the East Coast wants to open up an Italian restaurant. But Italian food's great. So that's the unofficial plan of where I want to take Bears Den Entertainment. Any of you ever been hiking at night? If you can get a nice moonlit night and wide open areas to hike in and just see the wildlife, see the forest, and just stop and listen to the sounds, it is absolutely one of the most beautiful things on this planet. Do I like streaming? Yes, I do. One of the things that streaming has over, excuse me, that streaming has over just making videos is that it's live, you know. So you and I were sitting here, we're talking. I have to be able to come up with my answers as they're being asked. I can't stop and edit things, you know, go back and change things up. And it really depends upon, the success of the stream depends upon the audience interaction and my own personality. And if I'm lacking on my personality and engaging with people and having a good time, then the stream won't be successful. So it's not that there's more pressure, it's just that, how would I phrase this? It's not more intense. Overall, it's more rewarding, I think, because you get to meet and talk to different people. Do I have a Discord? I do not. Do not have a Discord. Kip has told me about it and mentioned it's a good way to talk to people, especially other content creators and other gamers as well. But I haven't made the leap to getting one. This is a neat little Easter egg right here. The University of Eastern Colorado. It's actually a ball toss over to The Last of Us. The University UEC is one of the colleges that is featured there. So they threw the sweater in there, and if you call Delilah, who is your boss, and you talk about the sweater, she mentions that there is not actually a college by that name, and that somebody must have made it up. So we're over here I want to get to the lake before the sun comes up. Now, I worked at a summer camp for many, many years of my life, through the Boy Scouts and all that stuff. You know, it was one of those things that you did. And on Sunday mornings, what do I think about 100 subs? We talked about it, you know, between the 5 of us, and it's kind of been a slow grind up to, what are we at, 54, I think, now that Mark Toons mentioned that he subbed. So I think we're up to 54, and we've been doing this for almost a year. We're coming up on 11 months, right? We started in October last year, didn't publish till November, and it's September now. So yeah, we're on about 11 months, and you know, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to have 100 different people that, you know, we communicate and entertain with, or just purely entertain. That it's kind of like a dream, not quite a dream come true. You know, everybody wants to be big, but ultimately we're here to entertain and help people have a good day. You know, if you've had a crappy day, hop on the channel, play one of the videos, listen to Mike and I, or Kyle and Michael, me and Kip, you know, one of us, you listen to us cut up, we have a good time. And that's ultimately what it's about. And if we could impact 100 different people and help them to have better days, or even just to put a smile on their face, that's the dream right there, is entertainment. And 100 people seeing our stuff, sweet. Circling back to real quick finish the story that I was telling. Sunday mornings, my camp staff, I worked in outdoor skills, so we would sit here, well, not here specifically, not at Jonesy Lake. The Fire Watch hadn't come out back when I was a counselor, but we would go down to the lake in the morning before the sun would rise and just sit on the shores and watch. Sometimes at night we would go swimming. And those are actually some of the best memories that I have of my childhood, is being out in the woods, camping and all this stuff with many of the guys that I do this channel with, but also a few others. One of my best friends, Joshua, was also on staff with me, and we hung out quite a bit. You know, he worked with me most summers. And, you know, it's he has also moved away, and it's become really hard to kind of not stay in touch. You know, with the advent of cell phones, you know, you got your Facebook, Instagram. There's all sorts of ways to communicate with your friends, and so it's not staying in touch is not the problem, but talking, I guess, more or less is. We live not quite on opposite sides of the country, but our lives have taken drastically different paths, you know? So if I could give any of you any advice right now, it would be, don't stop talking to your friends and enjoying yourselves and hanging out. Whether you guys move away, change schools, change states, change countries, keep in contact, because it's really important to maintain those friendships all the way through. You know, I really miss those guys. I do. Back in here, there's actually where Michael and I go hiking. There is, well, one of the many places we go hiking, there is a part of the trail that actually looks a lot like this, where everything grows super close, and it's making this canopy up over where you're walking. It's actually a lot more filled in than this is right here. Oh gosh, look at that little lightning bug. Anyway, it fills in and it forms a little canopy, and it's like you're walking through the halls of an elven kingdom. This right here is a little plateau. a wide open field is kind of, you know, this is a place where we would camp as kids. We would find this huge open area, set up your tents. You'd have your little campfire here, and everybody, you know, you'd sit and you'd talk and you joke and tell stories, cook your food. Maybe one of these days we'll throw some of my recipes up there from our days of cooking. This game is fantastic, graphic-wise. I've said it before. I'll say it 100 more times before I die. I love this game. I love the way it looks. I love the story it tells. I love the way it reminds me of my childhood. I'm gonna walk over here. We'll see if there's anything cool. Everything's kind of loading in. Nope. Nothing really, nothing over in this little alcove. Hello, Jack. It is good to see you. Welcome to the stream. I hope that you are having yourself a fantastic day. How are you doing? There's a nice little note for us telling us to go up there. We won't be able to go up there just yet. We might have to go the long way around because I forgot to, yeah, on the Widowmaker over here, I never did put the rope on it. Ugh. We might have just done all that walking for nothing. Oh, nope. It looks like there is, in fact, already a rope there. Sounded like there was someone in the driveway. Wonder if somebody's just got home. Old Medium has been he's been gone for a few hours, so he might actually be home. Excuse me. He might actually be home. Sun is rising. I thought that that log right there, I thought that was a person. Never seen that before, and it scared me, terrified me. So let's see what trouble we can get ourselves into over here. Can I go up here? Yeah, okay, so here's the medicine wheel. Two Forks Fire Lookout. So that is my lookout, where your character lives through most of the game. And this is a medicine wheel that was created by one of the Native American tribes. I forget which ones they say during the game, but I actually don't have much more information than that. I'm not really sure what it's used for. By the term medicine wheel, I would believe that it was a place where they practiced medicine. But I'm not super sure, nor am I a Native American expert of any kind. If any of you know, feel free to shout that out in the comments. Over here, we're finally in Cottonwood Cove. Stand over here and just take a look. These little mountain flowers here. Oh, we can make them disappear. Boop, they're gone. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not. Something was rustling in the bushes. Go ahead, we'll just get our map filled out with, oh, whoops. I think this is it. Yeah. Just copy this information real quick. 3 blind rats. So there are books. Congrats on 70 subs. Did we just hit 70, HJ? Is that you don't mind? I'm gonna pull up the old profile. Let's see what happened. Holy crap! We are at 70. Was that you, HJ, who put the word out for us? Because if so, hey, thanks. You know, and that's really how channels grow, is through the people who enjoy it telling, you know, friends, family, whatever the case may be. So, yeah, man, that's crazy awesome. Thank you very much. Wow, I'm stunned. I really am. Big tree. There was a bit we were actually talking about how this giant tree right here resembles oh, excuse me, resembles that the angry gnarly tree from the front of an Angry Orchards bottle. Actually, you think it was Mark Toons? Well, hey, whether it was you or Mark Toons or LOL or Jack, do you guys all do you all know each other? But you know, whomever it was, from Mark Toons on down, thank you guys. You know, it like I said, that's the way that that your channels are going to grow, is through, you know, word of mouth. We have a few can't talk social media pages, but even those don't even get us anywhere close to what you guys have done for us. Here is this super cool, I say super cool, somebody might have gotten hurt. You know, some people. That is, that's good. It's good to know people. I see, I had something witty for that, and I completely forgot. And because it's a live stream, I can't just cut away from this and then cut back once I have something clever. Which is one of the hard parts about live streaming. Here is this snowmobile wreck. So we are out in Wyoming within this game, and I've never been to Wyoming, especially not in the wintertime. So I don't know if there's a lot of snow, but I would reckon that there is, since we're actually up in a mountainous region. Do I have a Twitch? I used to have a Twitch. Back when we first kind of started getting into the whole online entertainment. Actually, I used my Twitch even before I used to YouTube, and that was just kind of something that we did to hang out and, you know, just have a party with people online. I haven't used it in forever. I don't even know if I remember my passwords and stuff to get on it, to be honest. That's how long it's been. More than a year. Because we used it when we first moved into the house that we're living in now. Ooh, I missed the entrance. I gotta go back this way. But my Twitch is, it's just Kevlar Bears. Camp Arapaho. That was a creepy noise. Oh, it's just the sign. Here's the broken bridge that leads out to it. So we'll come up. We'll go around and we'll drop in and we'll explore this camp. And it's pretty cool. HJ, thanks so much for hanging out. You know, and we hope to see you around. We hope that you'll be a part of our little YouTube family. So we'll see you later. We're gonna go ahead. We'll just we'll pop into this little campsite here. These nice little cabins. Picnic tables on the outside. Old shelters. There's one. It's really cool because they laid out a trap. They got a bear trap in here. Isn't that wild? Over here we got this tree that's growing up through the center of this cabin. So this game is based in 1990, and Camp Arapaho. We were, whatever episode it was back when Michael and I were trying to figure out how long it would take for that tree to grow that tall. I don't remember what yearage we had decided on. Mark Tunes, hey Mark Tunes, it's good to see you. Thanks for tuning back into the stream. We hope that you're enjoying yourself. I heard that you put the word out for us and let people know that we're here, we're live, we're streaming, we're having a good time. We totally appreciate it. We last we checked on the live count, we're up to like 70 people, 70 subscribers. That's 70 people that we get to impact and help have a better day. And you know, that's what it's all about. So thank you so much for sharing it. We'll give you a shout out. Do you also make content? Do you do live streaming or gaming videos? Smash JT, what's up, buddy? It's good to see you here on the channel. Happy to have you. We were actually talking about you not too long ago, telling people that we were huge fans of your channel. We were urging them to go check it out, especially after your 3DS and your 3DS and the Switch video, which was super cool. Dude, thanks so much on the congratulations for 70. And you know, I wouldn't have been able to do it without Mark Tunes or HJ or some of the guys who have been in the stream so far. I can't believe it. I feel like I should, you know, go and open up, I don't know, some bubbly or something, you know what I mean? Go crack a Mountain Dew or something. Or a coffee. I've actually switched to drinking coffee. It was super funny, Smash JT. As far as I wasn't expecting it. Just all of a sudden, once the 3DS started sneezing, I was like, I know I'm in for a treat. Mark Tunes, you do tribute to good channels. Hey, I'm glad that you think that the channel is good. It took us a year to get to get this good. I actually went back. I've been watching some of our older what's the word I'm looking for here? Some of our older videos, and I'll tell you, 11 months ago it was pretty rough. There's the cringe, I think, as the kids call it nowadays. The cringe was real, but I think that we've really filled out as entertainers. And even as far as making content goes, I think that we've gotten much better at that as well. So, you know, 11 months of hard work, this is what it gets you. JT, have you ever played Firewatch? Are you familiar with it at all? Well, so this is one of your favorite live stream channels. Absolutely, I agree. Just because you have a high sub count, you know, or a low sub count, it doesn't mean that your channel is inherently better or worse. You know, I know a lot of people who judge their channels off of that, and they go, well, you know, I only have so many, and that has nothing to do with the kind of work that you put out. I couldn't agree with that any more than I do, because I agree with it a ton. As far as becoming a force, that might just be my breath. I don't know. I drank a lot of coffee and forgot to brush my teeth, so I got like super bad breath right now. which is why I'm glad that you know, you guys, that smell-o-vision's not a thing, because that would actually be really horrible. And you said that you have not in the backlog. Well, I hear that. I have. What are we up to? With the new games that just came out here in what month is it? My goodness, in September. You know, Xbox does all the free games and stuff like that. We're gonna go ahead and skip our way across these rocks. But yes, as far as backlogs of games, I have so many games that I want to get around to playing, but I just come back to this one every time because I love it so much. Time to find channels, so I let large numbers make up your mind. Absolutely, I agree. When I started out, again, just watched YouTube. I had a good time, and it was the sub count brought me to the Angry Video Game Nerd. You know, you had your Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Game Grumps. Yes, everyone is jealous of our. Oh, actually, I'm not sure. Then, hey, Mark Toons, what's up, buddy? You appear to have a question. And circling back, Smash JT. Yes. Now that I am a content creator, I do care more about the quality of the channels that I watch over the, you know, instead of, well, everybody watches this, so it's got to be good. We're going to go ahead. We're going to circle back to the medicine wheel and go down Widow's Peak. And we'll go explore another part of the map. My girlfriend just sent me a wonderful text, asked me how it's going. It's always good to hear from her. I'll pull up my map. I haven't edited this very much, so... Okay, I'll have to go do that, go get that cache trail. That's where I want to go. It's 5 Mile Creek. So, we'll keep following. Yep, here it is. Here's the medicine wheel. Might give me a tribute, like your what does that mean, Mark? I've never seen a tribute, but I mean I've heard the song "Tribute" by Tenacious D. That's a good song. Well, thanks. You know, deserving is a super strong word, you know, and I think it's important as a content creator to, you know, work hard. And I'm not the kind of a guy who likes to step back and be like, yeah, hey, I deserve this. We've worked hard. I was talking to HJ earlier, and we were talking about it. What we're here to do, as far as the channel goes and what's going on, what we're here to do is just entertain. You know, everybody has bad days. Everybody has rough days. Everybody's got crappy days. And all we want to do is be able to put a smile on somebody's face. You know, if you would like to, this never been approached about this before, so we're not really sure how to, I would just say thank you. If you want to tackle that, hey, Mark, you go for that. But what we are here to do is we're here to entertain and try and give people just the best that they can get. You know, what I do is whenever I have a crap day, I come home, I'll throw on Smash JT stuff, and I'll just sit and listen to him chit chat. You know, there's a couple other channels. Erin Plays is another smaller channel. She's getting pretty big. Nubian Gamer. These are all people that whenever I've had a rough day at work or things aren't going right or whatever the case may be, I just throw it on, sit, I watch, and I relax, and I'm entertained, and it brings a smile to my face. And that's what it's about. That's what we're here to do. So if we can get out, we can reach more people and show them that, hey, you know, we're all in this together. We're all going to have a great day. We're all going to have just good times. That's great. We want to entertain as many people as possible. That's one of the things that I feel like I'm rambling on this, but that's when we started the Musketeers. Do you know what I do now? that I like a lot more channels. So you know what I do now that I like a lot more channels. Mark Tunes, I am not sure what you do. As far as the tribute thing, I'm tracking on that one. But I actually haven't looked at your channel. I'm not sure what kind of content and stuff you have up there. I hope I'm not reading too far into this. I go search Q&A and put it on live. Do you see it? Let me go ahead and I'll pull that up and I'll give it a quick check. Let's go. Whoops. Q and A. We'll do that. So filter. Oops. Misclicked. We'll go live. No, I do not see small channels. The Grove of Aspens. JT, do you remember? I forget what part it was, but it was inside the Grove of Aspens, where Michael and I were talking about my Hawaiian shirts. I love Hawaiian shirts. Huge fan. In fact, I think I have like 20 different Hawaiian shirts so that I can wear them through the week and on the weekends and just switch up my style. And it was as we were coming through here that we were having this argument. It wasn't even really an argument. It was just we were discussing it. How do you guys feel about Hawaiian shirts? Am I the only one who likes them? Or are you guys fans as well? That's all right. That was, truthfully, about 5 months ago. So, and it was a super minor part in one really long episode. So, totally all right. But yeah, we had a long discussion about the Hawaiian shirts at that point right there. The Vista. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna hide my interface again. Still says Vista. I don't want it to say Vista. I just want to look. I just want to look. Get off of there. That's beautiful. If I could wake up every morning, roll out of bed, and open my back door, front door, side door, all windows, doesn't matter what, and I could see this, I would be the happiest man on earth. I as far as that goes, I like them too, as I mentioned, having way too many of them. This game has some of the most beautiful backdrops, and I don't think I will ever get over it. We'll go ahead. I'll turn my interface back on, just so we have the little circle guiding us, our constant companion. See if we can go to the little clearing down here. It's a nice little waterfall. There's actually quite a few parks here where we live that some of their most prominent features are waterfalls. At the summer camp that I used to work at, there was actually a waterfall that was its most prominent feature, and out by that waterfall there was this ranger's cabin that was old and dilapidated, and it was kind of set off in the woods by the falls away from the main camp. And that was actually where myself and Michael and Kyle, and then my two buddies, Josh and Chase, that was where we stayed during the summers, was in this old rundown cabin. And it was so cool. You know, we'd stay up there. There was a large flat rock formation out by the falls, and we would go and we would sit. We'd build our fires, and we would just talk about the future, you know, as if a couple of 15 and 16-year-olds know what they're gonna do. They don't. They think that they do. If I were to sit back, I'll take you back. So what? 23. So 6. So 7 years ago. I'll back it up 7 years. There used to be a little campsite in here in the game, but I'll back it up 7 years. And if you were to show up to me at that campsite and be like, "Hey, Cameron, did you get some influence for your channel pick by Smash JT?" As far as our channel picture goes, that was actually made by Kip Plays, who eventually became one of our what's the word I'm looking for? He creates content with us, and you know, we play games with him. He's my little brother. He's got his own channel. He does a couple uploads every now and again, and we asked him to kind of design a little picture for us, and he picked the comic book Kapow background kind of popping up, and then just threw the RM up there for the Retro Musketeers. He felt that it was nice and not quite subtle, but it popped out where it needed to pop without drawing a ton of attention. And so we got, we actually had our banner and our profile picture done before we even started creating content. So once we started making content, I don't even remember how I met JT. I don't know if I was, because when I look for smaller channels to you know, to kind of talk to and drop comments on and all that stuff, I go to, you know, search, and I type in retro gaming, and then I view by most recent. And I don't know if that was how I found JT, or if JT actually found me. You know, it might have been Old Style Gaming, who is another content creator. He's pretty good, and I might have dropped a comment on one of his videos. I don't even remember. But no. So we did not draw our inspiration from Smash JT. JT actually has a cool story about his logo. I don't know if you want to type that out or if you want me to tell it. Whatever you want to do, man. Let's go ahead and close this lid so nothing actually gets in here. It was just kind of one of those crazy coincidences, you know. I believe you posted on one of my videos, said you wanted to pose a challenge for Contra. The Contra video, that actually came a little bit after I started watching your videos. I think that was when you and we really started talking and communicating, because the idea was actually posed by Kyle, the third Musketeer. He unfortunately moved away, but we're trying to get, you know, hang up with him and kind of chit chat. Okay, so I'll cut the story off super quick. JT was a software developer, I think, for Sony Entertainment, if I remember correctly, and one of the first games that you worked on was Smash TV. Oh, okay, there it goes. It was so Smash TV, and I don't know if it was the console port, or if you worked on the console port, but you started out, maybe not started out, but I know that you actually worked on the game Smash TV before you became pretty much an expert in the video game. The word I'm looking for escapes me. Before you became an expert in basically the video game universe. So yeah, that's where Smash JT got the idea for his logo. But the Contra thing, so Kyle, I don't know if anybody remembers the original Battlefront 2, not the new one that's coming out. But so game tester and game master for Sony Online. One of the first games you worked on was Cash Guns Chaos, which was a Smash okay, got it. I was thinking that you worked on the actual game. I remember now. You mentioned that it was Cash Guns Chaos. So JT is actually far more qualified to talk about video games than I will ever pretend to be. And I'm a huge pretender. Because, you know, storytelling is my forte. But Conquest Mode, just circle back to the story. Conquest Mode for Battlefront 2, you know, you could play online against other players. And so Kyle said, hey, what we need to do is find somebody, right, who does some Star Wars content, and we can hit him up and be like, hey, we're thinking about doing this. What do you think about it? Um, so I need to go east, which is this way. And so he wanted to do kind of an online thing, and you and I, you made a top 10 hardest NES games video, and I think that was when I posed the challenge to you, was in the comment section of that video there, because Contra was number 2 maybe, and Rygar was number 1. Just finished your video from Monday morning. Ironically enough, it's basically a tutorial on how to get into the game industry. That is super awesome. I know that a lot of us, well, some of us, have wondered how to get into it. It's a really cool industry that has a lot of potential for growth and moving forward. And you know, you look at these indie developers who have done pretty well for themselves, and you know, if you want a piece of that action, maybe you want to get in as a tester, maybe a voice actor, whatever the case may be. So yeah, top 10 hardest. That's super cool, man, and I'm definitely gonna check that out. I have no aspirations for the video game industry, as far, with the exception of making content on YouTube. To you know, to make a game or anything like that, that sounds wicked hard. But I know that the payoff, as far as entertaining people goes, the payoff for that would be pretty cool. So we're back. We've actually explored the entire map. Oh, missed out on Wapiti Meadow. I'm gonna have to go back out there. I'm gonna run up to the tower. I don't know if I have my lights on or not. I'd like to activate that, because the grounds are lit up a little bit, so we can actually see what's going on. So let's poke our heads back into the tower. I got my shirt hanging on the power switch, so I can't actually turn that on. It's a bit of a bummer. So there's that cassette that I was mentioning. That's the soundtrack for the game. You can actually just play through it as you want, as you do the exploration aspect, going through the map and all that stuff. Right over there, the Thoroughfare Lookout, that is Delilah's tower. Delilah is your boss and your companion through the game. And they did a fantastic job with Delilah as far as scripting and all of that goes. You know, the radio conversations and things that you have are... You feel like you're talking to a human being, which I think is one of the hardest things to do in a video game, is get the AI to feel like you're interacting with somebody. And Campo Santo did a really good job as far as all that goes. Yeah, I don't have much, I mean, except for walking to Wapiti Meadow, which we can totally do. But does anybody have any questions? Anything they want to talk about? We as we stand here and we watch the sunset. Oh, excuse me. I don't know if I want to try and do this in the dark. Do all that, get down to Thunder Canyon. Ooh, actually I can't get down from there. So we will just we'll just walk this way. We need to go west. JT, this is one awesome game. I will tell you that. I think we were talking on your PewDiePie video. I was talking about, this is in my top 10 games of all time. And that's something that I don't say lightly. You know, there are, I don't know, I couldn't even begin to guess how many video games there are out there. Did I went the wrong way? I went south instead of west? Yes, I did. And so there's a bajillion games out there, right? So to pick a top 10, like that's pretty high honor. You know, you're top 10 out of a bajillion. I'll call it a bajillion games. I'm confident enough to say that. So, yeah, top 10 material right here. the storyline it's touching, and the soundtrack will bring me from mountainous highs of joy and elation to crushing valleys of sadness. Yeah. Oh. Sorry, my girlfriend texted me again. I don't want to leave her hanging. Yes, so the soundtrack is super beautiful. Sad at times. The story is heartbreaking and moving. Okay, so as far as all that goes, we'll turn around. I just realized, I promise you will get to it someday. No rush. I don't want you to rush on my account. You know, I like I was mentioned earlier, I also have a long list of games that I want to play through. And it's kind of funny how, even though we have all of these new experiences, and this is something that I find I do as far as playing Call of Duty or Battlefields or things like that, I complain that everything is all the same, that I want these new experiences and these new things. And once I really get down to it, I play the same 25 games because I love them that much. So I feel you. I also have a long list of games, and we'll get around to them sometime. And if not, we'll just keep playing these great games that we play nowadays as it is. So with that, that's been story time and questions and answers, and I've really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. I want to do this more often, as far as just hanging out, playing a game, one-on-one basis. Let's sit down, we'll chit-chat, we'll tell some stories, because that's what it's all about, So thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks so much for being here for this entire time, for watching the stream, watching the videos, exploring the channel, listening to me ramble on and on and on about my childhood and things I did growing up, stories about myself and Michael and friends. Go check out Smash JT. He has some fantastic videos. He has a lot of fantastic videos. He's mentioned he's got the coming on Monday, how to get into the video game. Yes, Mark, I am going. I'm about to get off. I just realized it's almost 7 o'clock where I am. I do have a few engagements that I have to take care of. Ain't nothing to be sorry about, man. So, making fan art. Hey, fan art is super cool. Like, people use their creative talents for, games, movies, crazy stuff like that. So go for it, man. And if there's a way that we can see what you do besides just going to your channel, if you have a website that you upload or things like that, feel free to let us know. Drop that down in the comment section of this live stream. I'm gonna keep it up so people can always come back and visit it. And yeah, just let us know how we can view your work. So with that, I think I'll leave you guys. All for one and one for all, and we'll catch you on the flip side. I'm just going to, as far as all this, where's the cutoff point? Oh, there it goes.